So today on Project Shop we have an absolute mess of scrap on top of the table we're going to be blowing through, and then we're going to come over here. Actually, I'm going to come over here first and clean up this area a little bit. I'm going to get rid of this pallet of the spare tires from our trailer and truck. We'll put them on the other side. This pallet, or this barrel, we're going to go through that barrel, and then I'm hoping we get to this pallet over here. I really need to get this stuff out of my life. I know y'all say I talk too much, so I'm gonna set the time lapse up. We're gonna get this sorted out real quick, and I'll get up on the table, get a kind of a good groove in, and then we'll do some head cam action. We got a bunch of these ballasts. Most of them are electronic, and I guess we'll just put them over there for now. So we're just gonna clip them, but when we come across one of these bad boys, what we're going to do is check it. Now, I've learned to just cut the end off. Right? And it exposes this for you. It makes it really easy to get in there and check these. Now what I'm probably going to do is just hunt down all of the oh man, see that? Now before we go any further, we're going to remember that General Electric Rapid Start is looks like aluminum. So when that's the case, yeah, we ain't gonna mess with them. We're gonna put that right back together. And send that as a ballast. What else we got here? How about universal? They any better? See, that's the problem with this stuff. You really don't know unless you know the actual category. Oh, there we go. Before we go too far, we want to get in there. That's copper. So that one will be worth completely breaking down. Now, let me show you what I've learned on these. Pretty much the process of, now this one just fell apart. Pretty much the process of breaking these tabs off will liberate that transformer. And I found the hatchet is one of the best ways to liberate this. Bam, there you go. So that'll go over to the press. For now, we'll just throw it over there. What do you think of that? Oh! Dag, look at all that copper in there. Oh! She's about to come right out. Oh, I love my jaw, man. So I'd say that's extruded aluminum. And that looks like it might be stainless or just regular metal. Not regular metal. That is a nice nugget. We better start a nugget bucket. We're probably going to be recovering some nuggets tonight. Damn, I can't believe how much copper was in there. Okay. Well, that was easy. Now I know for a fact this thing here This thing is all copper, I believe. Copper, copper. I think this piece here is copper. And I think those are aluminum. So maybe oh yeah. Look at that. Nice nugget of copper, man. Aluminum, copper, that's copper. This thing makes micro scrapping so easy. Oh, it's got dielectric grease on it. Ugh. Oh, we sent that copper flying somewhere. Okay. We'll find it. I actually think I have a whole bunch of that stuff somewhere. Oh, my hands, man. I need to find some gloves. Oh, they're right there. Okay. I'm not sure how long this battery's gonna last. Or actually, the GoPro's probably gonna get hot and shut off before. We'll do a little micro scrapping. And then, you guys have seen me take those lights apart a million times. I'll do that on a time lapse. We got a lot of copper to recover here. See, we're looking for ones that potentially got copper in them. We know the electronic ones are not worth it. We're just gonna clip the wires. Oh yeah, look at that. Leave that little nugget compressed in there. Well, you know what? We need to get in the habit of checking these. I'm looking at that wire there, that's suspect. Looks like copper and aluminum. I don't know if that's really gonna be worth it. Dad, look at that. Aluminum. No. Not even gonna waste my time if there's that much aluminum in there. Let me see which one that was. Advanced. It's crazy, that looks old. They've been putting aluminum in these things for a while. Oh! I caught the capacitor. It shot some juice out. Good thing I'm wearing my my gloves. Looks like a little aluminum, a copper coil with aluminum underneath. Nope, we're gonna send it. I'm gonna send that shit with it too. It's part of it. They would have bought it anyway, you know? Oh. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, we're moving right along. We got a whole bin of electronic ballast. We got some brass breakage. Now I did save the mercury tubes. I take them to the dump when I go there. We have number 2 insulated. We got some clean brass, number 2, bright and shiny. We actually have some mini fan motors. Now, I do have a whole thing of cast, some extrusion, prepared steel, and we got a little nugget of transformer over here. Those will run through the press really quick. I think they're all copper. Then over here, we have a nice little chunk of these copper things from the, oh, these need to be, there's one more around here somewhere. Those need to be worked. These cleaned right up, no problem. Nice little nuggets. So we'll run them through the second press. For now, see how long this battery will last. I wanted to disassemble this solenoid. Get a little pole extension here, get you right in on the live action. Okay, now, I've never taken one of these apart before, but it's really heavy. Feels like a lot of copper. It looks like we can, there's like a snap. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that was easy enough. Some nice big washers. Nice piece of brass. That is a copper coil. It's like a magnet in there. Let's see if we can't get this side off. That might be another copper coil. Oh yeah, dual copper coils. I guess that's how you get the push and the pull. I wonder what's inside there. Huh. Okay. I did just put the jaw away. Might need to break the jaw back out real quick. Some nice washers. That one seems like it might be aluminum. Okay. I don't know if that's just a solid piece. Pretty sure that's just a solid chunk of steel. Okay. We'll save these and these, and the brass. We'll go with the clean brass. This is prepared steel. I'd say that's prepared steel. All that's prepared. That'll go in a keeper box. Now, if that's plastic, yeah. Could have probably just sent that as is. Hey, that's a nice chunk of copper right there. I'm just gonna send that as is. Just like a regular transformer coil to me. Okay, put my gloves on. I want to clear everything off this table before I get into that barrel. That barrel's super heavy. Electric motor. Ah, probably should have just unscrewed the star bits. Cast. So that was prepared. Now I know there's a chunk of copper in there. Send that with the motors. Now, every time I've ever done a pull pump, it's been aluminum. So I don't even want to like really get into it. Wow. That is a stainless band. I'm going to send that as an electric motor the way it is. Got a couple of these fans. Man, it's tedious shit here. There's a heavy cast right here. Couple nice washers. Heavy piece of cat. Ah, it was glued on. Got a little transformer in there. What do you think of that? No grade board? Send with the shred? Probably. That's a nice chunk of cast aluminum right there. So is that. Okay. All right, we're back at it. It's another day. I had to cut off. I wound up taking a break after that and eating dinner, and then that was pretty much it for me. But we got a little brass breakage, number 2 insulated, some clean brass, nice little chunk of number 2. We got some more stuff up on the table to clear off. We're already about 2 hours into this. Not much number 1 insulate. Nice chunk of steel. Most of that's prepared. I'll pull out some of the sheet metal. I've just been throwing it in there. Full thing of cast, and we do have some transformers over here that I will crack, and we got some stainless steel, some unistrut, this plate, the ring from that motor. We got some electric motors over there, the number 1 copper. That was actually from some other videos, but it was on the table, so it's part of cleaning off the table. I'm gonna finish cleaning off the table now. So we're gonna get right back into it. Before I get into that, if you guys wanna support this channel, go to projectshopfl.com. Get yourself a 100% made in the USA t-shirt, 100% cotton, 100% grown, sewn, pre-shrunk. It's a quality shirt. I spent a lot of money on them. We didn't skimp on quality. And it's printed right here locally in West Palm Beach, Florida. So if you want to support the channel, go get yourself a shirt, go get yourself a sticker, help us out over here. Now, let's continue with the fan. We're gonna run this camera until it decides to shut off. Now that other fan was pretty simple to get apart. It had a lot of aluminum in it. It's the wrong size, but maybe it'll work. There we go. Nice washers. Put them with the keepers. I put that with prepared steel. Okay. Man, these things are heavy cast aluminum. That's crazy. So yesterday, we had about 2 hours micro scrap and all that stuff. Even these things are heavy. So let's see if we can just knock out another hour here and get this table clean and get those transformers processed. More cast. That aluminum adds up quick. Looks like this whole cover. I don't know, it might be. Nope, more cast. Those actually look like brass screws. And a brass washer. Got a little pin. That'll go in a keeper. That's steel. Steel. Okay. I gotta get a fan going. It's getting hot down here in Florida. Okay. What is happening here? I'm not really sure what's going on, but there is access holes. Send that with the iron aluminum. All this is steel. That will grind. Set that aside. Grind that later. Funny how that copper's two different shades there. All right, let's check out these brass doohickeys. I think I'm just going to set the jaw back up. Cut through a huge chunk of brass. See if we can't clean that up a little bit. Okay, of course the GoPro got hot and shut off right as the live action was starting. It looks like this whole thing is brass. We got the wide angle lens on here. That's a heavy chunk of brass, man. Just gonna cut the wires and send that as clean brass. This one, that actually looks like brass on the end, which it is. So this one we're just gonna cut the wires and send, which is nice. Nice, easy cleanup. Now, back to these. I really should have a face shield on with this shit. See if we can't crack this up a little bit. Oh! Cut it right off, look at that. If you're into scrapping, a hydraulic cutter is a game changer, I'm telling you. Where'd my dikes go? Here we go. We got some Romex. If y'all ain't seen the video I just did on Romex, go check that out. I'll throw that with the number 1. Just a little bit. You don't want to put too much in there. Oh! All right, look at all that brass. That thing cut right through that shit. Now, I do have another big piece of brass around here that I've been wanting to get to for a while. I don't think it's gonna be worth trying to liberate that little chunk. We're just gonna send that with the cast. Okay. The jaw for the win. All right, now we got all these LED tubes. We just finish this up real quick. We want all the copper wire. Let's check these screws, man. No, I thought they were brass, but they're not. Okay. Prepared. Okay, now I want to get these lights out of my light. Now I did some of these a little while back. I forget how I did them, but it was like, oh, maybe that's it. You don't bend up the extrusion, the LED comes right out. Look at that. You think that could be saved, or just throw it with the shred? I'm gonna just throw it with the shred. This plastic piece, oh, look at that. That's actually a very nice piece of extruded aluminum. Seems like if you just knock the end off like that, or so. The other one was much easier. There you go. Oh, that's it. That's it. And then your little strip. See, that strip is in a groove. You don't want to bend these up. Come right apart. Knock it off. Knock it off. Open that up. Pull that right out. Slide that out. Look at that. Man, we're gathering up the extrusion quick. It's like anything in scrapping. Once you figure out the process, you get yourself in a good groove, things are going to go really fast. Look at all the stuff that's behind there. Think there's copper in there? Think I should start saving these LEDs? Stacks of them? Maybe I'll save these some and who knows? Everybody says there's gold in there somewhere. Probably not worth it though. I think I'll just throw it with the shred. I'm gonna put the time lapse on. Now these ones here, I've actually never seen these ones. It looks like they have a #1 Phillips holding them together. Let's see if we can do one real quick. Maybe that's not a #1. Seems like it don't want to bite. I don't want to bite either. Maybe my #1 is worn out. Interesting. Okay. Now these, I can see someone put some double-sided tape on there. Oh. It's only on the very ends though. That's not bad. That's a nice piece of extruded. I'm gonna go get a drum for extrusion and we're gonna knock this out real quick. Let me know what you guys think about these. You think it'd be worth saving those and one day grinding them up and trying to recover any metals out of them? I'll put them to the side and then I'll look in your comments. I mean, we already got a stack of them. Maybe I'll throw them with the computer boards. Okay, we got that dialed in pretty good and had a good rhythm going there. We got a nice chunk of extruded aluminum. I will cut those in half with the jaw here in a minute. This is all waste. And I'm on the fence of whether to keep this. This stuff is actually pretty heavy. And like, is that micro copper down in there? I'm curious to see, you know, if we could actually get something out of this stuff. This is the drivers, the electronic drivers I pulled out. There were 2 of them in the big one. They're gonna go right over in the in that pile. That's getting quite to the point where it's overflowing. Got a little transformer there. Throw that with the number 2 copper. All right, let me show you what I figured out, okay? Because there's always a process to make things easy. Let's start with this long one, because these were actually more of a pain in the butt. There are 2 small Phillips screws in the end there. Without having like a little eyeglass kit or something, it's hard to get to. Oh, and there is a board in there, a transformer and a bunch of brass. I'm actually going to just save all these because the big ones have a big chunk of brass at the end right there. Okay, so we're going to start putting together a hammer mill section. Now, my favorite tool, thanks to Canadian Treasure Hunter for putting me onto this. Every scrapper should have a hatchet. Now this one here, I found you don't want to damage the end. The less you damage the end, the better. Now being that we're not unscrewing it and we're breaking it, I found that if you pull the plastic away from the screws, like away from the center, first of all, let's get in there and get this off. This comes right off actually. You just gotta like bend one tab out and then push the other one over. It comes right off. And then what I was doing, I'm using my, someone asked what type of dikes or wire cutters I was using. So most of the time I use these tin snips. These are serrated straight edge aviation tin snips. I like them mainly for the spring-loaded handles and the long snout. I usually use them for transformers, but for other stuff, the guy in the video seen these. These are DeWalt. They're spring-loaded and they're force multiplied, okay? Now the only thing, the issue with these is one, sometimes it has a latch here that gets caught. I have another pair, I cut them off. And 2, they don't open as wide as like a regular pair of dikes, but for 90% of the stuff you're doing, these work amazing. They're easy on the hands and they got a good return spring. And the same thing with these. These are force multiplied, they got cutters, and they work really well. So basically what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the little nut and just ripping it out, or the screw. And I'm just folding that off, pulling this out, and then I'm getting in there with the cutter section and I'm grabbing that and pulling it back to try to open that up a little bit. And then there's a little space back there. You can get that. Once you get it moving, it comes right out. Now, it's an 8-footer, so there's 2. So on this one, I lay it right on there and just break the top open. And then I grab it like that, fold it back, expose the screw, get the screw out of there so you got clean extrusion. And then I do the same thing. Sometimes the screw gets caught in there, but I fold that back, pull that right out, grab that, pull it right out. Once you get in a rhythm, man, you really fly through these. I'll cut these in half with the jaw. Now these ones here, a little different, but they're actually easier. I found if you hit it on the backside, you get your hatchet, slide it along, and you knock that tip right off, okay? Same thing here, knock it right off. These, you push it open, and then once you push it to the other side and get it going, it literally just falls right out. And then I had a good system where when I moved it over, I just slid that down like that into the barrel and stacked it here. I had my motions down really efficient, you know. The less things you actually have to do when you're doing this, bam, you're done. So what do you guys think about all this stuff? That's a nice chunk right there. I've done these before. I've done a lot of them off camera. I've always thrown these in with a shred. I think I'm going to start saving them. Who knows, maybe one day it's actually going to be worth trying to recover that stuff. We're going to save this stuff here. Just push this down here for now. We're going to throw this in a bin. And, oh, we did recover a nice chunk of wire out of there too. Especially those 8-footers. Or actually, that was all from the 8-footers. I don't think the 4-footers had any. So we're just going to move this down over here. We'll keep the live action going as long as we can. We got these things here. I know these are probably full of batteries. Nice if I put that in the right way. All right. We got some type of board here. It always amazed me how they figured out those boards. But you might have to take apart the back. Like a nice little transformer. What do you think of that? Low grade, no grade? I'm just going to keep stacking these boards no matter what they are. One day we'll figure it out. You know what? Last night I did a transformer just like that. It actually had a nice little bit of copper in there. Oh, that's the side of the battery. She's exploded. Okay. There's a bunch of brass in these things. I think we're just going to send them off. I think I actually have a drum somewhere of things that I want to shred. We're going to find it and just add to it. Okay. That was simple enough. The transformer battery. We'll put that with the shreddable stuff. Steel case. Plastic, another little board in there. Probably no grade, but we'll save them. We'll figure it out one day. Oh yeah. dust all over my nice shirt. That's getting kind of warm. Okay, this is what we got going on here. Not a lot, but a nice little chunk. I think they're all copper. So hopefully we can get this knocked out before the camera gets hot and shuts off. Now, these things here, we might actually have to do a little prep work. We got the grinder here. If put that there. Sometimes, because it's such a long thing and all this tar, it doesn't want to push. If you just run the grinder down one side, it'll open that up and make it 100 times easier to remove the copper. And we're all about easy over here. Now this one here kind of got jacked off by the jaw. So we might actually have to grind that. And the main thing is, see that? We got to get a good clean edge on that. If you don't have a good clean edge, you'll delaminate the copper and it'll make it round, and then you're going to have to grind it. So hopefully this is going to go. It's moving. Ah. All right, hey, bunch of copper. This thing's leaking like the Exxon Valdez over here. We're gonna have to do something with that. I used to have a warranty plan. Look at that. See all that crust? Prohibiting us. I used to have a warranty with Harbor Freight, and if I blew these things I could change them, but the last time I did it they've lasted more than the 2-year warranty. So what you have to do when you have those warranties at Harbor Freight, wow, look at that, is this is some micro stuff. Even if whatever you have is not bad, go exchange it for a brand new one and pay like the $10, $15, or even $20 for a 2-year warranty. It's well worth it. Well, that one came right out. Getting all the little nuggets. Okay. Oh, this one here, this is the other one I was looking for. So a lot of times these, like these ones, best thing you can do to give yourself a better chance is to grind the weld, preemptively grind the weld. That one I got right on the weld, so it's going to come right off. Okay. Anyway, years ago, before I had electric over hydraulic units, I was running pneumatics, 20-ton, the 20-ton cylinders you get from Harbor Freight, the jacks. The problem is I was blowing up the air motors left and right. The explosive decompression on that first press was just destroying everything. And see, that's the problem with this. We don't have enough stroke. We got to use 2 rods. That's half aluminum, half copper. We're gonna let it slide. Hopefully we didn't get too many of them. But after paying, I think they were like 80 bucks or 70 bucks or something like that. No, I think they were 120 bucks. And after like returning the second or third one, I bought the warranty and started exchanging them like that. And then after like a year, the Harbor Freight in Delray Beach, because that's where my first shop was, literally banned me from buying those jacks anymore under my name. Or my phone number. The guy literally brought out 4 pages of me exchanging them. I had alright, so what's happening here is it's pushing up there. So we're gonna go ahead. Man, this thing's leaking all over me. Anyway, he brought out 4 pages of me exchanging them and said they couldn't do it no more. So I made him give me back my original purchase money since they refused me service. And then I just went to another Harbor Freight and used my brother's number or my girlfriend's number or someone. I used someone else's number. And then I just continued buying them from different Harbor Freights. But the reason I had to have 5 brand new 20-ton jacks on hand is they would last either, I've had them last anywhere from like 3 or 4 months to literally blow up on the first transformer. That's a toughie. Last thing we want to do is cut my fingers. Okay. And once you do that, it like should relieve that immediately. See that? Sucks you got to do that sometimes, but the way it happens. Okay, there you have it. This is pretty much all we had up on the table. Table is clear except for like my tools and whatnot. But anyway, we have iron, aluminum, stainless steel, small batteries, brass breakage, electric motors, clean brass, #2 insulated, #2 copper. There was #1, but all that stuff was processed in another video. I'm not even gonna add that. This stuff here, I am gonna keep. Decide, maybe I'll grind it up one day, see if there's anything, if it's worth it. Or I'll just send it as shred. But I know for a fact I can get shred for this. So that's what we're gonna weigh it as. And so we're gonna start right here with the prepared steel. Okay, the battery died on that scale, so we're going to use this one. 244 minus 18. We got cast aluminum. 94 minus 23. Oh, I forgot a piece. 7.4 pounds. We got 57 minus 18 on the extrusion. We got, let's say, 28 on the shred. .5 on the small batteries, 0.55 on the brass breakage, 7.1 on iron aluminum, 22.5 on clean brass, 26.2 on electric motors, 5 pounds on #2 insulate, 64.1 on #2 copper, and finally 194 pounds, well, let's say 190 pounds with that tub of ballast. So I'm gonna get that added up. Oh, we got some stainless steel, and we have 20 pounds of stainless steel. Okay, here's the numbers on all that stuff. The prepared steel, 226 pounds at 9 cents a pound. we had $20.34. Sheet steel, 28, 7 cents a pound, $1.96. Cast aluminum, 78 pounds, 78.4 pounds, 58 cents a pound for 45.47. Extruded aluminum, 39 at 70 cents, 27.30. Small batteries, 21.5 at 15.322. Brass breakage, 0.55 of a pound, 55 cents. Clean brass, 22.5 at 220 a pound, 49.50. Electric motors, 26.2 at 30 cents, 786. Number 2 insulated, 5 pounds at 92 cents, 460. Stainless, 20 pounds at 40 cents, $8. Iron aluminum, 7.1 at 15 cents for $1.06. Ballast, 190 at 11 cents, $20.90. And then we bring it home with 64 pounds, 64.1 pounds of number 2 copper, $3.26 a pound, $208.96 for $399.72. Now, it took me the first day a little, around 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, 2:15, 2:20. And then I spent about 2 hours, and you know, the longest thing today that I did was the lights. Everything else, pretty much, I knocked it out in about an hour. So we're just gonna say, all together, we'll round it up to about 5 hours at $399.72. We made somewhere around 78, 79, maybe 80 bucks an hour. For micro scrapping, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna get this cleaned off here, binned up, because we didn't even get to the main event here. I was trying to get to that drum. I literally had to clean the table off to get to the drum. Took me over 4 hours to do that. We made almost 400 bucks clearing the table. But now we can get into the drums and the mess that is that pile over there. So if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more micro scrapping mayhem. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen the copper dance before? I don't even know if I could get to them with the extension. No. Sometimes you just got to use the when in doubt, beat it out method. I found my drum of big breakers, so this drum is full of I think these were like 600 amp breakers. There's some big nuggets of silver and a bunch of chunks of copper we need to recover off of this stuff. There's just a bunch of stuff, contact switches.